Thanks for watching part 2 of my video. In this video we're going to go a little bit more in depth. And in fact, in part 1 I wasn't entirely honest. $3,150 is not the real amount of money I made. What I didn't take into consideration, and I'm going to delete this cell, this column, so I'm highlighting on it, right click, delete. What I didn't take into consideration is the number of workers that I have working, because those workers get paid, and how much they made. So their salary or their wages, their wage. And that might change some numbers around. Alright, and my workers make $15 an hour. I'm going to drag this down, click on it, format to currency. Alright. So now what we need to do to find out how much money we really made is we need to create a formula. What's cool about Excel is it knows the order of operations, so I'm going to go parentheses. I'm going to click coffee like I clicked before, multiplied by amount just like I did before, but this time what we're going to do is I hit subtract. And we're going to subtract the amount of workers times how much those workers make. And let's see, I think I had $42, $350 times 12 is 42, minus 15, I should have 27. Perfect. Drag down. Very cool. That's my, let's find out the new grand total. AutoSum. The new total before it was 3,150, I think, something to that effect. Now 2,730. This is a little bit more honest. It's not entirely honest, and this is what's going to be called profit. It's not entirely honest because I didn't say how much I'm paying for rent for the building, how much I'm paying for cups and lids and beans and things like that, shirts for employees, uniforms, but it's closer to honest. Now the other thing we can do is, I can center this. So I'm clicking on my coffee shop, cell A1, dragging it to the length all the way over to profit, the F column, and I'm going to hit merge and center right here, and that centers it, makes it look a little prettier. Now the other thing we can do, this is really cool. I highlight all the data that I want us to look at, and we're going to insert a table and hit OK. This is really cool. Now if I want to look at what hour I made the most money, my eyes have to go all over the place. I'm looking at 322, that might be the most, 225, 320. It's hard for me just to look at this really quickly, but what I can do is organize from, let's go smallest to largest. And I can say, wow, 7 at night, maybe I shouldn't even be open, $16.50. Maybe I pay more in electricity if I'm really being honest. Although 7 in the morning, wow, I really want to make sure that I'm open at 7 in the morning because that's where I make the most amount of money. Before, I made the most amount at 12. But because I have less employees at 7 in the morning, I make a little bit more money at 7 because it takes how many employees I have into that new calculation. Alright, we can also show when I have the most employees. Let's sort smallest to largest. And you can see these are the times I have the least amount of employees. And I'm looking at that, $181 on one employee. I wonder if I should add another employee in there. Maybe it's too busy at that time. Well, anyway, there's a lot of ways you can play with this data. I can bring it back to time, smallest to largest. Hopefully this helps. If you wanted to start a business or something like that, I think this would be a useful tool. Alright. It's also a useful tool just to play around with and pretend you have a business. Or do a lemonade stand. Alright, hope you enjoyed.